I'm Michael. I'm from Mesa, Arizona. I went to medical school at Campbell in North Carolina.
Hi everyone, I'm Caitlin. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and I went to school at AT Still in Kirksville.
Sunil Kataria. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. I went to medical school in Las Cruces, New Mexico.
And I'm Aaron Kabinski. I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico originally, but went to school at Midwestern in Big Glendale, Arizona, so kind of been a local for the past few years now.
So let's get to the questions. Okay guys. How would you describe the HonorHealth residency culture?
As like the residence is super like cohesive. Everybody's really supportive of each other, and attendings I think are really happy to teach and helpful and non-judgmental.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure.
Yeah, very down to earth. That's a big thing. Seeing different other like sub-Is during med school, coming here, I was immediately comfortable and huge for learning and just getting comfortable as an intern because it's a tough transition. So
I think from day one, even when we went to that like welcome lunch, I was maybe one of the last interns left. Well, everyone had gone home and it was just me and seniors. And maybe I made a comment like that, but I was like, oh, I'm the only intern. But they're like, no, you're one of us. There's nothing off about that. And so I always felt super welcome from day one.
yeah.
Anytime we have half days on Fridays where we can all be together, it's really exciting to just catch up and try to do things as frequently as possible together.
Yeah, I'm always excited to come back for the Friday half-day clinic or didactics that we have. I always get to come together as an intern class. It's always good to see everybody. So.
And they did the honor of downloading WhatsApp.
That's true.
Yeah.
We sacrificed.
We're
so
super
much.
inclusive.
We almost threw it away, but we tried to.
We tried to get you to get an iPhone. That's fair, but
But he's
You
got
should
this
bring
sweet
Do you
flip
have your
phone.
flip phone?
You gotta
You
get
should
that
show.
flip phone out.
Yeah.
I am
Galaxy
jealous.
Z
Look at
Flip
that.
4.
The pictures,
You have to flip it.
I promise we are not paying.
the pictures on
Samsung.
table rounds with his flip phone.
Oh yeah.
All right, next question. What are the dynamics like between interns and seniors?
In my experience, it's been amazing. As interns, we are, it's tough because you're getting into the first time being a doctor. And so our seniors for me have been like super patient. Like not a single time I've seen them get frustrated with me trying to learn the system with Epic or the EMR that we use. And for me, that's just makes you a lot more comfortable in just focusing on learning. So it's been awesome.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think on inpatient it was really nice because they give you a lot of autonomy from the beginning to manage they're your patients and you get to manage them and they're there for you if you have any questions and obviously overseeing you. But I felt like we had a really good team dynamic, and I know even on other rotations, like on OB, different seniors reached out to me and they told me everything I needed to know, and I felt like they really went out of their way to help me have a successful month.
I think again that speaks to the culture of HonorHealth because, I think that goes from year to year. We try and react or act like the seniors that we had, and that just speaks to how it's been after year, which is really cool to see.
Absolutely.
In the inpatient setting, it's one of the most autonomous I've seen.
Yeah.
When you're there, you're the one putting in the orders, you're the one following through, and sometimes it's scary at times, but that's how you make a good transition to being a doctor. So.
Yeah. And just when you look at where you were 4 weeks ago in terms of your autonomy versus oversight and how the scales are slowly like changing, and you see the progress we're making, that's really encouraging.
Okay. What was the biggest surprise you discovered after starting residency at HonorHealth?
Like I wanted to make sure I went to like an unopposed program.
Yeah, I think even though there's so many different residency programs at HonorHealth, since we're all at different hospitals, we have a lot more autonomy and are involved in more medicine and procedures and that type of thing because we're not competing with anyone else.
The fact that we're in an unopposed program, we're basically pretty much the only residents in our like home hospital, and I think that actually plays to a very beneficial thing for us, because like whenever we walk around, it's like, oh yeah, you're the residents here, and they a lot of times they like other doctors will come in and like talk to you about their specialty and like what they look for whenever we get consults of them coming in to see our patients and things like that. I think that's super helpful.
What are your recommendations for achieving a work-life balance in residency?
This is my time. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, this is you go for it.
You
You're the
go for
movie
it.
watcher.
Yeah.
I always have something fun like scheduled. I like to go biking or watch lots of movies.
Basketball soon now.
Yeah, I play
Yeah.
basketball.
Yeah.
For me, it's hard to find work-life balance when you're a resident, right? And I have a daughter at home. You know, I try to spend as much time as I can with her, and it does get hard. But I think it's priorities for me. It's a similar thing. You have to make sure you make time for what's important for you. And so if you do that,
And I think you will always find.
yeah, definitely.
I think my biggest tip would be you have access to all of the records at all times on your phone and your computer. When you're an intern, I didn't have that as a med student. That gets dangerous very quickly, so you have to make it a priority. When you're home, your phone is not, you're not opening up the app, you're not opening up your computer, you know, you're just spending time with your family or you're doing what you want to do, because you can very easily get engrossed in working 24/7. So making that a priority, and I think we do a pretty good job at like making sure people are sticking to that.
How invested do you feel your program is in resident well-being? How invested are they in resident well-being, guys?
Very. Like, I mean, I don't know. Dr. Turner, Dr. Bisk, I think do a really good job of emphasizing it. And we have regular scheduled wellness stuff. I think this Friday we have wellness instead of didactics. We get to go to a park with everybody and hang out. But yeah, I think pretty invested.
Yeah, I agree. I think even just they're constantly like doing things to help us out financially as well. And I think that's obviously part of wellness, is being able to afford life as a resident. And I think they really listen to everything that we bring to them and try to make as many changes as possible.
They check up and they actually follow through and listen and follow through with what you were saying, like the recommendations. There's been multiple recommendations from residents that they've actually changed, you know, schedules or in terms of financial stuff, they've looked into it more and see what they could actually do, and that to me speaks volumes to them actually caring about us.
What are the most important things to consider when applying to residency? To really show yourself as a whole person. They're going to be more interested in the well-rounded people, I think. To not try to hide what makes you unique and special. To not try to fit into a box that way you think a doctor should be, but just really showing what you are.
Yeah. It's kind of similar, but it says, why did you want to come to HonorHealth when applying to residency? Free food. No. In all seriousness, though, there's a multitude of factors, like we've kind of already talked about. The support system that we have, the community hospital, I think, is a better fit for me personally than the academic side. Honestly, free food is actually a big factor for me. I think that speaks volumes to they take care of us, and not every hospital does that. And if you're going to be here for long hours, and you know, I want to be able to make sure that I'm not going hungry and have food.
I agree with all that, and then just to add on a little bit too, I think that with like the academic stuff, you get really good exposure into whatever you want exposure into, like really strong inpatient, really strong outpatient, strong OB, you know, like we get a lot of OB exposure and continuity OB. And then also, like we have in-house fellowships too, and really, I think it's 100% match rate still. And so, like, just a lot of access to a lot of whatever you want academically.